In this video, we're going to do a quick tutorial on the Oracle Recycle Bin. So the Recycle Bin is very similar to the trash can on your computer. It's a place where Oracle puts dropped objects temporarily so that you can actually restore them if you need to at a later time. So the key concepts, you've got your recycle bin, which is just a logical container where drop tables and associated objects like indexes are temporarily stored until you actually purge them forever. So the purge command is how you actually permanently delete objects. You want to be careful. You don't want to delete things from the recycle bin, because after you purge them, they're gone forever unless you restore from a backup. And the flashback command is how you actually restore a dropped object. So there's a flashback command. We're going to look at that in a minute. And that's how you actually get objects back from the recycle bin. Recycle bin is part of every user schema, and it's accessible only to that user unless you've granted privileges for other people to see your recycle bin. Your basic commands for viewing the recycle bin, there's a show recycle bin command. There's also some DBA views that allow you to query with select statements to see what's in the recycle bin. If you want to restore a table, you're going to use the flashback command, and that's what's going to allow you to restore a table back to your schema so that you can interact with it or do whatever you need to do in order to get your database back into a sane state. And the purge command is how you actually delete an object from the recycle bin. You don't want to use purge again unless you're absolutely sure you don't need that object anymore. So here's a quick example. So we're going to create a table, the employees table. We have a couple of attributes in there. And then maybe we put some data in there, and then we decide to drop it. So we drop the table employees. At this point, if you look into your schema, you're not going to see the employees table anymore. It's been moved to the recycle bin. So how do I look at it? I can issue the show recycle bin command, and it'll show up in the listing with the drop tables. They actually generate an alternate name for that object in the recycle bin. So it'll have a cryptic name to it. That's just how it's referred to in the recycle bin. And then if I want to restore that table, I just issue the flashback command. So I just say flashback table employees to before drop. And that's going to take us back to this point where we dropped the table. And then if I want to actually purge that table from the database forever, I say purge table employees. And this will remove it from the recycle bin forever. The recycle bin is actually enabled by default in most Oracle versions. And the recycle bin is part of the table space where the dropped objects originally resided. So what will happen is that space will still be taken up. It'll still be occupied by the data in that table that's been dropped. So in order to actually purge that and make that space back available to Oracle and the database, you have to purge it from the database. So let's say you had a humongous table in your database and you dropped it. The space would not be reclaimable for that object until you purged it from the recycle bin.